This Sunday message is the first following the death of the Queen, who has been our sovereign all or for most of our life. The Queen visited Rutland 3 times in 1967, 1984 and 2001. And as a lawyer, I often stood at court in Rutland Castle facing that wonderful blue horseshoe presented by our late Queen. We believe the only horseshoe presented there by a serving monarch. Much has been said of the late Queen during the period of mourning, and for me, the most powerful description is of someone who every day was driven by a sense of calling with duty and sustained by faith. Now, that may sound like two separate strands. I don't believe it is. The late Queen could never have been obedient to that call without the faith that sustained her. The head of state and commonwealth, who daily kneeled before her sovereign, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, in humility and prayer, did so with an unerring faith in her Saviour Jesus Christ. Without that faith, there is nothing to underpin or motivate that calling with duty. Without faith, to what or whom could her calling or duty be? And how would it keep going? This must now be our prayer for King Charles III. Some will say it is a hard act to follow. In fact, it is the same act, the act that took place on a cross over 2,000 years ago, and faith in who did it, for our King, for our late Queen, and for all of us. Only that faith will sustain the King and sustain us. Driven by a sense of calling with duty and sustained by faith, seems a fitting epitaph for our late Queen and a motivation for me. May her late Majesty rest in peace and rise in glory. God save the King.